Hey guys, Papa Dan here. How's everybody? Well, thank you, Mr. BG. You done tagged me. So this is my tagged video. Actually, this is pretty cool. I've really enjoyed watching all these videos that everybody's putting up. But I'm going to try and make this quick because I really don't have a whole lot to show you. But as far as other hobbies other than modeling, stuff that I used to be into, going way, way back in the day, was like Steve Minion. I used to be into photography back in it was before we moved here to Florida, because I had my own darkroom set up in the basement of our house up there, and I was able to develop my own film and print my own pictures, both black and white and color. So that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. Of course, that was back in the day before digital and everything. So that tells you how long ago that was. Like I said, back in the 80s. But then once we moved here to Florida, with no basements, so I had to sell all the darkroom stuff. And I got into cards. I was collecting cards for a while, football, baseball, and hockey cards. I was collecting those for a couple of years. And then I've always liked to read, so I could kind of see the end of the card craze coming. So I either sold or traded all my cards and got into comics. And basically Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man. Spider-Man being the biggest. And was collecting those for quite a while. And then got out of those and got into books. Because like I said, I enjoy reading. So I got into paperback books. And specifically two, I guess you could say, genres maybe. One was Star Trek. And reading Star Trek introduced me to an author that I didn't know did paperback books. I knew him from comic books, but I didn't know that he did paperback books, or books in general, not just paperback, but books in general. But Peter David, awesome author. If you guys, any of you guys that are readers out there and have not read any Peter David books, check him out. Guy is awesome. So I was collecting Star Trek paperback books and Peter David books. So, but then we kind of downsized, and kids got married, moved away from home. So the wife and I downsized and got into a smaller house and just didn't have room for all that stuff. So we sold all that, and after the wife passed away is when I got back into modeling. So currently, you all know about the trains, so I'm not going to waste your time going into the train room. So that would be the first one. And more recently, I kind of dabbled in some artwork a little bit. And I'll show you a couple of examples of that. And then the most recent one that I've just gotten back into is puzzle building. Building jigsaw puzzles. That's something that I picked up from my dad. My dad was a huge jigsaw puzzle guy. Loved his jigsaw puzzles. And in fact, funny story, one year my wife and I were getting him a couple of jigsaw puzzles for his birthday. And one of them he had already built. He already had it. and had built it, which we didn't remember. My dad had a closet full of jigsaw puzzles, and we just didn't, we missed one. But what he did is we were going to take it back for him and get another one that he hadn't built, but he wanted to keep it. And what he did is he flipped all the pieces over so it was just the blank cardboard side facing up, and he built it that way. So I mean, that's a true true jigsaw puzzle builder that can build a jigsaw puzzle that's blank, just brown cardboard. But anyways, I've just recently gotten into building jigsaw puzzles. So let's take a real quick walk here, and I'll show you a couple of examples of what I'm talking about here. Let me flip the camera around. This is called dot painting, where you paint pictures with just different color, different sizes of dots. And you have different things to make the dots with, different tools that you use. This one particular is actually on one side of a old record album. Can't remember which one it is now, but anyways, it's an old record album that I picked up at the hospice resale store for like 50 cents, I think it was, or a quarter, something like that. Dirt cheap. But that's one example. There's another example. There's another example, and I don't know how well it's going to show up in this picture, but I actually used the Color Shift paints, craft paints for that one. I don't know if the Color Shift will show up on the camera or not, but, and then one thing that I really enjoyed doing, and I'll probably do a few more of because I did enjoy it so much, is jumping into my time machine and going back to the 60s and 70s and doing string art. That is one continuous, very long string that's wrapped around some straight pins, and this is just styrofoam, the backing board on it. So, and then the puzzles, as you can see, I got one that I just started, and that's a 1,000-piece train puzzle, actually. Gee, big surprise, right? So, anyways, those are my hobbies. Now, for the 3 people that I need to tag. Hold on. The 3 people that we need to tag. I gave this one some thought. And the first one's probably going to be no big surprise. I'm going to tag my partner in crime here in the model room, who's not around very much longer, or very much anymore. Mr. Caleb. I'm going to tag him. And then, let's see, number 2, I think I'm going to send this one back to who tagged me, except we're going to do Mrs. BG. She's a member of the community. She's been building, and she's done videos. So, Mrs. BG, let's see what you have to offer. And then the third one is another good friend that I enjoy texting a lot. We chat back and forth by text messages. And Mr. Brian at the BAS Dry Dock. I don't think you've been tagged yet. Let's see what you have to offer. Alrighty. So, thank you guys, and Hope I didn't bore you too much. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to y'all later. Have a good rest of the week, and have a good weekend coming up, and we'll see you on the next update. Bye.